Erling Haaland deserves way more respect than what people are willing to give him. I am crying. They want this tapping merchant to win the Ballon d'Or. The beautiful game is gone. Damn, we had great players that could do it all on pitch winning this award. Now they want to give it to a guy that gets 20 touches per game. Come on, this compilation is full of tap-ins and poaching inside the box. So boring. The fact that people genuinely believe that Erling Haaland should not win the Ballon d'Or, despite winning the goddamn treble and scoring over 50 goals in a season for Manchester City, breaking multiple records in the Premier League, and he should not win the Ballon d'Or because he isn't as pretty to watch in the ball. Oh damn, if that's the case, then well, St. Maximin's better playing than Erling Haaland then. Haaland is very funny, man. The only thing he offers is goals. Everything else is on the floor. Yes, true, spot on, absolutely. The only thing that he offered is the most important and hardest thing to do in the sport. How can we live 33% total duels, 33% dribbling success? Yeah, but he scored also 50 goals, so what more do you want? Yo lads, how you doing? Hope you're doing fantastic and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today is going to be a respect video to Erling Haaland. I've actually not done a single video about him, so here you go. He is much more than just a poacher, and the fact that this is all people describe him as, a tapping merchant, is stupid. People don't think that he should be in contention of Ballon d'Or, despite winning yet again a treble and breaking multiple records along the way, helping towards that treble. But because he's Norwegian and he wasn't at the World Cup, and if he played for, you know, England or Brazil or France, maybe people see him a bit differently. Tell me down below your thoughts on Erling Haaland, and do you think that he deserves more respect? Smash a like button, let's hit 2,500 likes, and also subscribe, it means a lot. But first, and for this video, I am proud to announce something that is meaningful to me. This video is a paid partnership with BetterHelp. If you have known me for a while, a lot of you are quite new here, but I've gone through a lot on my YouTube. I've been here for 10, 11 years. This has become my kind of portal to talking about kind of what I'm going through. My entire life is kind of documented on this platform, and I've had some lows, and I've talked to you guys about it, some real talk videos, and you guys have really helped me along the way, and that's because I've had people to talk to when I've been struggling throughout my entire life, and for that I thank you. But sadly, people don't have that privilege, and for this video I want to offer something which can help people. What is BetterHelp, you may say? Well, BetterHelp is simply making therapy accessible, normalized, which is seen as kind of a bit of a taboo kind of thing, you know, going to therapy or talking to a therapist, and it's kind of seen as a bit embarrassing at times to even really think about talking to a therapist, because you think that you must be going through something really tough, but that's not the case. Regardless if you have a clinical health issue or you're just going through a bit of a hard time, you're struggling a little bit, if it's due to work or relationship issues, BetterHelp is molded in a way that you can really match whatever issues you're going through and speak to a person that matches what you want and what you need. With BetterHelp, it's easy to sign up and to fill out a form, and it can mold what you want to the right therapist, and that is the beauty of it, that it's all online, it's all discreet. If you are someone that's going through anything, if it's as serious as it can be, a loss of a loved one or a breakup, or even something that is just getting on your mind, then this is something that may be helpful to you. And link is down below, top of the description, and this can help you out. And it's 10% off for the first month if you want to try it out. Absolutely no pressure. I'm proud to partner with BetterHelp to get the word out there. Link down below, top description, to go check it out. And let's get into video to a bit more of a happier topic. But I hope you're doing well, no matter where you are. I always urge people to talk about anything they're going through, as little as it may seem or as serious as it gets. I've gone through a lot in my life, and I know how important it means to talk to people at any level. So thank you for being here, and let's get into video. And thank you BetterHelp for supporting the channel. So let's start off with the Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or is happening on the 30th of October next month, and people are debating should Messi win it. In terms of the rankings of the most likely top three, it is likely to be Mbappe in third, Haaland in second, and Messi winning the Ballon d'Or yet again. In 22-23, he got 42 goals, 26 assists, won the World Cup, Ligue 1, and also Charity Shield, basically in France. This is likely his final chance to win his 8th Ballon d'Or. Despite his form at Inter Miami, he can go on and score 100 goals over in America. I don't think he should really win the Ballon d'Or, you know, in the grand scheme of things. But hey, okay, let's not gloss over the World Cup, okay? Despite people like to say that, oh, well, he just scored penalties and, you know, it's all rigged. Well, grow up. If you think all Messi did at the World Cup was just score some penalties, then you are stupid. I'm sorry, I can't help you. However, you can't really say that Haaland doesn't deserve to win it as well. In 2022-23, 56 goals, 9 assists, and the treble, Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup. Literally cannot do any more, other than the fact that he was not born in another country that played in the World Cup. If he was from a different nation and he played in the World Cup and maybe he had some performances in the World Cup, then maybe that can add to this, but he wasn't able to. Despite him breaking all the records imaginable, the only thing that people still want to hold against Haaland is the fact that he only scored 1 goal in his last 8 games of the year, during the big crunch time, the FA Cup final, the Champions League final, and then later into the end of the year. He only scored 1 goal in the last 8, so people think that that means that he isn't showing up in the big moments. And it is fair to also add in Mbappe as well, despite winning the Ligue 1, and that was it. 55 goals, 14 assists, but people say, yeah, but it's Ligue 1. But that's the same league that Messi played in. And let's not forget his performances in the World Cup, which was incredible, and also, you know, a World Cup final hat-trick, dragging his country to almost winning the World Cup single-handedly. And hey, you know what? If Emiliano Martinez did not make that save in the 123rd minute, or whatever minute it was, then Mbappe probably should be the main front runner to win the Ballon d'Or. If that went in, then Mbappe, you can probably make a very good case, should win the Ballon d'Or. Mainly because he pretty much dragged his country to win the World Cup by himself, pretty much. But hey, it doesn't matter because he only scored penalties, right? Or is that only a thing that we count if Messi did it instead? Anyway, this video is about Haaland and the just incredible, just ridiculous nature of it, but I had to give some context into Ballon d'Or itself. Haaland last year in the Premier League, 36 goals, 8 assists with 33 games played. Champions League, 12 goals in 11 games. You couldn't ask him to do any more, and of course broke all the records really imaginable in the Premier League. At only 22 years of age, in his Premier League rookie season, his first year in the Premier League, he broke a record that stood for nearly 3 decades. And with the most goals in a single Premier League season is a historic individual achievement in a historic individual season. And even though so much has been already said about him, the records are inevitable. He is inevitable. Even in games where the entire opponents are doing all they can to have the deepest banker 4-4-4-2 park the bus tactics to give him the least amount of space to run into, he still finds a way to score a goal. He doesn't need space to score goals. He is the space. Try to defend against him. Try to mark him out. I dare you. Even at a young age, and you can think that he still has time to grow into his body a bit more, gain some more muscle. How can you defend against this guy? He's literally a Football Manager generated like regen. Like if you was to make the most insane player on FIFA with the most insane stats, high shooting, high pace, which is tall as hell and strong as hell, you got Erling Haaland. You've got Erling Haaland. I can't even make a player on FIFA as good as Haaland is. However, people like to disrespect him because he may not be as fancy and pretty on the ball in comparison to a Messi, or really the main debate now with the new era is Haaland and Mbappe. We can all agree probably a more exciting player if you want to think about a player that can take a man on. You want to see a player, you know, take a ball from 50 yards out and take on an entire team and score a beautiful goal. That's how we all like to see football. However, that's not all what football is, because you can do all that, you can take 5 players on, but you still aren't guaranteed a goal. I saw compilations put online on Twitter and people saying that he's just a tap-in merchant, and who's going to watch a 8-minute clip of just him scoring inside the box? No one finds this interesting. But I find a video of a guy scoring 53 goals in the top elite level, I find that quite interesting. Because if he is just a tapping merchant and he's just doing simple things like just being in the box at the right time, then why isn't every single striker doing the same thing Haaland is? If it's so easy that he's just a tapping merchant and can only score inside the box, Why can't every other striker do the same as him? Guardiola, when speaking on the topic of Haaland, saying that he gives us so many things: pressing, defensive rates, involved in long balls, short balls, link-up play, how he helps us keep the ball, link with him, and after run with other players. And he's right, and this is Pep Guardiola, probably the most respectful and greatest manager to ever live, other than Sir Alex respectively. There are different things about Haaland's game that people fail to appreciate because he goes straight to the goals. You can see game by game that he's getting better at link-up play and making runs in behind and even shooting more on his left foot. You can see that improvement more to this game. And keep in mind, only 8 players in the entire league has set up more goals than him this year. But you may say, yeah, but he's at City, so he's expected to make so many chances. Okay, after his record-breaking goal against West Ham United in the post-match press conference, when he was asked about how he's going to celebrate tonight, he said, "I would go home, play some video games, eat something, then sleep." I don't think he's all too bothered about the records in comparison to us. His personality makes him stand out as well, and he becomes a true team player. The first thing he did in that West Ham game, when he was on the verge of beating a record, is go to his goalkeeper Ortega and offered him encouragement. Other than focusing on himself, he went and supported his teammates, and especially Ortega, as he didn't play too much football and wanted to offer him support, as he knew that was a big moment for him. He's a humble player, and is a rarity in this day and age that you see footballers get too carried away with the money. And you see Haaland just kind of do his thing the way that he always has been. He's not changed since he went from RB Salzburg to Borussia Dortmund. He's not changed since he's gone from Borussia Dortmund to Manchester City. The only thing that has changed is his ability. People like to compare him to a robot, but there is something awfully cold about the way that he plays the game in comparison to other players. There's a sort of robotic quality about it, that he has an inbuilt instinct, like he's programmed to score goals in a way that is almost flawless. You can't really wind him up. He doesn't really ever get out of form. If he misses a chance, then okay, cool. He just resets and then goes on again. He's incredibly fast with great anticipation, incredibly intelligent on where he should be on the pitch. A lot of his goals is being in the right place at the right time, and that is something that you can't really teach someone. And there's something about Haaland that I also like in a somewhat nostalgic way too. Modern football is kind of kicking out the world of a pure number 9. You kind of want a fluid front three where they can kind of interchange and swap positions, and it makes it a bit less predictable, and that's what modern football has kind of gone to more now. I want you to tell me your thoughts on Haaland. Do you understand why people are critiquing him and almost looking down on him because of the fact that he doesn't take on 1,000 players? Like, if we want to talk who's a better player, Messi or Haaland, as a footballer, then I think we can all agree that, you know, Messi is a bit more entertaining, I guess you could say. He makes amazing passes, and his dribbling ability to get out of tight spaces is entertaining to watch, but in terms of who's a better player right now, who would you want in your team more? Well, if Haaland can guarantee you 50 goals plus a year, you're going to guarantee the goals. In my opinion, who I think will win the Ballon d'Or? Well, I still think Messi probably will, because the World Cup, I think, has a lot of weight to it. However, if Haaland wins it too, then I have no complaints either. I think they both are worthy of it. The disrespect to Haaland has to stop soon, because you can't turn down a person who scores that many goals. Tell me your thoughts down below, and I'll see you next time. See ya.